Is Tesla going to break out of this channel? Is Tsly going to come up with it? Let's talk about what I'm looking at for Tesla and Tsly. This is Mike, the tactical stock scalper. All right. So if you've watched any of my other content before, you know when I talk about when things consolidate, there's usually a major move. And we're getting some consolidation here for the last couple of weeks on Tesla, and we're looking for a dynamic move to come out of this. Now, will that dynamic move be up or down? We don't know, but I'm going to tell you what I'm looking at. Right now, Tesla is just in this channel between 180 and 200 roughly. As you see there, let's just draw a little line here for you. You know, it's not always cut and dry. Like right there, we got a tad below the 180 level. But by and large, you know, when these things stay in channels, you may get a wick or two below, but they typically stay in these channels. And when they do, they break out, especially Tesla. It can only consolidate so long before it breaks out. Now, I am not sure we're going to get a full breakout just yet on Tesla. And I'm going to show you why. So here we are looking at the daily time frame. You see we've been in this channel. Let's pull out to a weekly time frame here. The reason I don't think we're due for a breakout yet, now I could obviously be wrong, this is just me speculating, but you see this purple line coming up through here? That is a 200 period moving average. That's a pretty important moving average. And it either acts as support or acts as resistance at times. And right now, I think it's going to give us resistance. As you see here, it is right at the $200 level. And I think Tesla will possibly butt its head against the 200 and come back down and maybe form a higher low, maybe around the 190 level, and then maybe get a shot at a breakout on Tesla. Now, there's a lot of things that could change it. This is just me speculating. There could be some news. There could be a bunch of buyers stepping in, etc., to get it above the $200 level. Let's look at the monthly time frame. I want to show you this as well. Also on a monthly time frame, let me zoom out here a bit. Do you see this green line? That is a 50-period moving average on the monthly time frame. That is also lined right up with the $200 price tag, and it is also going to offer some resistance. And why I say that is there's algorithms and people and things that make moves based upon moving averages. And so if they trade off, if the algorithm or you know the hedge fund or whatever trade off monthly moving averages, they're going to have their shorts there, right? If they trade off weekly moving averages, which a lot do, they're going to trade off this 200 period moving average, which means they'll put their shorts there. Now, I will say this. If it does break above it and holds above the 200, there could possibly be a big short squeeze, and Tesla could really rocket up from here. We do have a gap to fill. You see this line I drew right there. Let's draw another one just so you can see it here. See that gap right there? That was from earnings, okay? And Tesla does do a great job of getting up and filling gaps, whether it's on the upside or the downside. So I do think this gap will be filled in time. And maybe we have to come back down to the 190 level, get some buyers, and then shoot up again. Or maybe it just gets above and short squeezes and really goes above it. But I think we're going to get rejection here. And I showed you why, just because of the moving averages. The moving averages are just a great way to trade and a great way to play your long plays. And I'll give you a few examples here. Let's look at today on a 5-minute time frame. You see there with that line I drew, the 50-period moving average, which is in green. This is a 5-minute chart. Tesla does a pretty decent job of respecting moving averages, whether it's on a daily, weekly, monthly time frame, or even here in a 5-minute time frame. You see there at that line, it came down to the 50-period moving average, got support, and rocketed up from there. You can also see here, got support at the 20-period moving average, took off from there, And then you can see another one up here. And I could show you probably 1,000 examples through the course of probably more than that, of how many times Tesla and the markets in general respect moving averages. And that's why algorithm, hedge funds, and etc. trade off moving averages, and that's why I do as well. But you can see right here in daily action, it's trying to break out here of its highs today, and it's making a new high. Let's go look at the 1 minute chart just for an example. You see right here, we just broken across this line that I had set up for its daily high. I was wanting to see if it double topped there and come back down. But as you can see, it's really trying to break above it and really wanting to get to this $200 level where the shorts will be piling in. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. And, of course, as it moves up, I don't know what that means for the calls for Tsla. You're going to have to watch, like, retiring dividends videos for that and how that's going to be affected as far as Tsla movement. But for me, because I own TSLL to get share price appreciation from Tesla, I don't own Tesla itself. I own TSLL. I love it because it does pay dividends quarterly, and it follows Tesla really well. So I get share price appreciation from that. I own Tesla and get dividends from that. So I'm good either way. If it rockets up and Tesla doesn't play their calls according to what people think, I'm great. And I could see why YieldMax placed their calls close to this $200 level, because I think they're seeing the same thing that everyone else in the world is seeing, that trades Tesla, is this 200 period moving average right here at the $200 level. I mean, honestly, if you were going to short Tesla, this would be a decent risk reward. You short Tesla here, put your stop, let's say at 205, and ride it back down there to 180 at the bottom of the zone. I don't think that's a bad short risk reward at all, honestly. But I don't short Tesla. I do not want to get caught like that. That's a risky play, shorting Tesla. So I do not do that. But if you were, not a bad spot to do it at. But I do think we get rejected here. We come back down to the 190 level, maybe form a higher low, and then maybe take another crack at the 200, get above it, get up to 210, fill that gap. That's what I'm looking for. I don't think it stays in this channel very much longer. It will break out of this channel. It will be a dynamic move. I'm looking for a move up, but honestly, it could be a move lower. But why I think, honestly, it's going to why I think 180 is the bottom for now, and why I think it's going to move up from here, is because this 180 level has just been so important for Tesla through time. And I want to show you this real quick here. If I can get this 180 line drawn across here for you. Let's see if it will allow it. So we're going to do this. I think it's really important, so hopefully you guys can hang on with me. And we're going to maybe put it here. We'll just go roughly here. Let me see if I can actually zoom out a tad. There we go. Bring it even more across here. Okay, and let's go to a daily time frame. So that is not a great line, but you can see right here we had a mess around 180 right there. Let's pull back out to a weekly time frame. And as you can see right around in here is really messing with the 180 level. We also, way over here, let's do this one more time. Okay, stay with me, people. Do it right here, okay? And drag it to meet it across. Perfect. That 180 level, as you see right here, gave support previously, right? That's why I think this is a bottom on the 180 level, and that's why I think we're going to get a move up out of this channel here. It just may not be yet. We may get rejected here at the 200 again. But as you see right here in daily action, we're getting up close to it, right? We're really getting up to this $200 level, and it's going to be exciting to see what happens. Hope you enjoyed the content. A little longer than I wanted to give you, and I hope it gives you my thought process as to what I'm looking at for Tsla and Tsly. This is Mike, the Tactical Stock Scalper, out.